With another exciting year in games set to come in 2023, we have narrowed upcoming releases down to our top 15 most anticipated. With everything from open-world adventures to small cooking games, there is something for everyone. So without further ado, here are our picks. Starting with Street Fighter 6. Coming in 2023 will be the latest release in the Street Fighter series, which promises to be a new era in the franchise. With the introduction of a brand new fighting system that will feel more realistic than ever before, players can go up against those who match their skill level. With the ability to switch between 3 different game modes, World Tour, Fighting Ground, and Battle Hub, there is something for every player depending on which path they choose to go down. Hollow Knight Silksong. In 2023, the much anticipated sequel to Team Cherry's Hollow Knight is set to be released. The sequel to the award-winning action-adventure game follows the story of Hornet as she finds herself alone in an unfamiliar world. With her only option being to climb to its peak, she must battle enemies, make allies, and travel through treacherous terrain in order to escape the threat that envelops the land. With 150 brand new enemies to face, Hornet must master powerful moves and craft deadly weapons if she has any chance of winning. With a release date yet to be announced, fans are expected to find a sequel that is bigger and better. Season. A Letter to the Future. If you're looking for a more relaxing game to play in the new year, Scavenger Studio is releasing this third-person, atmospheric bicycle road trip game set in a world that is heading towards a mysterious change. Centered around exploration, players can meet interesting people, document captivating finds, and collect memories before the world melts away. With trailers showing both a beautiful and relaxing soundtrack, as well as the colorful and diverse landscapes that the developers were inspired by, this looks to be the game that will transport you to another place. Redfall. This upcoming FPS, developed by Arcane Studios, is set to be released in the first half of 2023 and has had fans excited since its first announcement in 2021. This open-world game delivers a diverse bunch of characters to choose between, a large arsenal of weapons, and most importantly, vampires. Whether you choose to play as Layla with telekinetic abilities, or Remy who has the help of his trusted robot, gameplay adapts to your playstyle whether or not you play solo or with friends on your vampire hunt. In a once vibrant world that has now been overcome with vampires, this immersive landscape is guaranteed to keep you on your toes. Mina the Hollower. This upcoming action-adventure platformer by Yacht Club Games allows the player to take on the role of Mina, a Hollower who must race to rescue a cursed land. Using her abilities to burrow through the ground and take on aggressive foes, Mina the Hollower uses fun mechanics and detailed animations to create a Victorian, Gothic-style 2D platformer. With the addition of a large arsenal of weapons, fit to take down the biggest of bosses, this game is bound to frustrate the most seasoned of players when it drops in the new year. Starfield. Originally announced in 2018, the new year will finally see the release of Bethesda's Starfield, an action role-playing game set in a universe amongst the stars. The game takes place 20 years after a war between two factions, and peace is now relatively maintained, with the player taking on the role of a space explorer. With extensive character customization and unlimited exploration, players will go on an epic adventure to solve humanity's greatest mystery. Described as Skyrim in space, it is not hard to work out why this game is so highly anticipated, and despite not having a release date as of now, hopefully it will be worth the wait. Octopath Traveler 2. Set to arrive on February 24th, the sequel to 2018's Octopath promises an exciting follow-up that will reach even greater heights. Set in the world of Celestia, the game will feature 8 new travelers, including a warrior, a dancer, and a merchant, as they set out on an adventure through a continent divided by the sea. With each character equipped with individual skills and motivations, Octopath 2 promises seamless exploration, exciting battles, and a bustling, diverse world. With the inclusion of new mechanics, as well as familiar components from the original, fans will soon be able to delve into this pixel art world and follow each of the characters on their paths. Dead Space. January 27th sees the remake of Dead Space by Motive Studio. First released in 2008, the survival horror game features not only visual and audio improvements, but also upgrades to the gameplay itself. The once eerie atmosphere will now have added detail to make it a truly horror-fueled experience, which paired with creepy sounds filling the ship is guaranteed to make it a tense ride. You must enter the USG Ishimura and discover what happened to the ill-fated crew with the help of any survivors that remain. But can you survive long enough to uncover the mystery? This remake promises to have all the horror of its original, so the next-gen version certainly sounds like something that will keep you awake at night. Hogwarts Legacy. Set to be released on February 10th is the widely anticipated action RPG developed by Avalanche Software and inspired by the Harry Potter franchise. This magic-filled open-world game allows players to experience Hogwarts during the 1800s by taking on the role of a student who must uncover an ancient secret that threatens to overcome the wizarding world. With the option to grow your magical abilities by mastering spells, taming beasts, and brewing potions, your experience is what you make it. Customize your wizard, choose your house, and experience the much-loved world as you have never seen it before. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Swinging on to PS5 in the new year will be Insomniac Games' latest installment, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the much-anticipated sequel of both Marvel's Spider-Man and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Although we still don't have a lot of information about what players will expect to find in this next release, a trailer released in 2021 hinted at both Miles and Peter working together to take down Venom, but there's no doubt there will be a lot more villains for the Spidey duo to go up against. Additionally, we are yet to see gameplay, but fans are hoping it will live up to its predecessors with effortless navigation and exciting combat. A release date has yet to be confirmed, but developers are feeling optimistic that will be ready to go in 2023. Sea of Stars. Developed by Sabotage Studios, this turn-based RPG tells the story of two children who must combine their sun and moon powers to perform powerful magic capable of banning an evil alchemist. Accompanied by a beautiful soundtrack, this game looks to feature everything from exciting combat, seamless traversion, and a diverse roster of characters who you will experience the story alongside. Even when you are not trying your hand at combo attacks, players can sail, cook, and fish, as well as visit the nearest tavern to sing a jaunty tune. Although we have not been given a release date yet, it is now available to add to your Steam wishlist. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Would this even be a most anticipated game list if it didn't include the sequel to Breath of the Wild? I think not. Finally scheduled for May 12th, Tears of the Kingdom sees the return of Link as he returns with new weapons and new dungeons to uncover. The 3 trailers that have been released since the game was first teased in 2019 show Link and Zelda exploring some dingy ruins, with later trailers showing Link's new powers, sky-based exploration, and the addition of a magical arm. Although not much of the story content has been revealed, fans have taken to scouring the trailers for any hints, including some mysterious Hylian drawings. Whatever the game may include, this is one of the biggest upcoming games, exclusive to Switch, and the wait is almost over. Resident Evil 4. "2023 will also see the remake of Resident Evil 4, which was originally released back in 2005 by Capcom and is scheduled to drop on March 24th. This survival horror follows Leon Kennedy, an agent who survived a biological disaster and is now sent on a mission to rescue the US president's kidnapped daughter. What he finds is a desolate European village, and its inhabitants are acting very strange. With updated gameplay, detailed graphics, and some changes to the storyline, Resident Evil 4 promises to have the game's original horror-filled environment, but reimagined for the modern age. Venba. This narrative-style cooking game, set to drop in 2023, is the perfect game to cozy up with. Telling the story of an Indian mom who immigrated to Canada during the 1980s, players will have the ability to cook dishes, have interesting conversations, uncover lost and damaged recipes, and explore themes of family, loss, and love. Developed by Visai Games, Venba, inspired by Indian cuisine, incorporates colorful animation and an authentic soundtrack to make this a much-needed game for the upcoming year. Final Fantasy XVI. Scheduled to be released in mid-2023 is the next installment in the much-loved Final Fantasy franchise. Set in the land of Valisthea, which is on the edge of conflict, 6 factions must come together to stop a spreading malady known as the Blight. The game's protagonist, Clive Rossfield, will use both melee and magical abilities in order to fight deadly creatures, known as Icons, in order to protect his younger brother and the inhabitants of the land. With the addition of the standard features of the Final Fantasy universe, this next installment promises to be as exhilarating as its predecessors. And that is our list. Is there a game or multiple games that you were super hyped about that was not included on this list? Or is there something that was included on this list that you are equally as hyped about as we are? Let us know in the comments below. Until then, this is Adam with GameLuster.